Thank you very much. I think it's quite also a very big challenge to get an overview in such short time and with respect to so many different countries. What I personally have noted and what I think is really very interesting to see is these different pathways that you have already developed in Sri Lanka, so that starting from level 1 you are able to go on actually until you have an academic degree, which is not always the case in European countries. We are fighting for that. There are possibilities in some countries where you go for a vet-oriented education, and then you go through different, let's say, education strands, and in the end maybe you are able to go on. There are quite a few projects also on the European level. There is one that we are currently also implementing called Tandem, and maybe you can have a look at it. I can share that also with everybody. It's actually the overview of the different systems that we have and the possibilities that we have in Europe in order to develop that what you have just explained. What I also think it's quite important to see is that you have mastered quite well youth literacy, which is also a conditio sine qua non for a successful completion of studies. On the other hand, what we see is that the acceptance of VET, what is the case in Europe too, is not really a big one, with the exception of the Maldives, where you said that 40% go into VET education, while the others in other southeastern countries, it's really low. Okay, that's from my end. Once again, thank you very much. I think you could go on for ages. I trust that we will have that presentation and that it will be forwarded to all of you and all the conference attendees at the end of the conference. Now I would like to pass the floor to you if you have any questions from your end.
Ήθελα να ρωτήσω το εξής. Εάν στις χώρες όπου παρουσιάζεται μεγάλη διαρροή από την πρωτοβάθμια εκπαίδευση και άρνηση εγγραφής, εάν υπάρχει η υποχρέωση από τον νόμο, δηλαδή είναι υποχρεωτική εκπαίδευση 6 χρόνια, 9 χρόνια κλπ. Ή πάει ο καθένας μαθητής και διακόπτει ανάλογα με τις ανάγκες της οικογένειας ή κάτι άλλο. Και ένα δεύτερο είναι, έχετε χρησιμοποιήσει τον όρο VET και τι VET. Στην Ευρώπη χρησιμοποιούμε το VET. Το τι VET, γιατί το χρησιμοποιείτε. Ευχαριστώ.
Excuse me. Can you translate it, please? Somebody, I don't understand.
Oh, it's already.
And it's gone, no?
It's gone.
Oh, what it says.
The second question was about why do you use the term T-VET, while in Europe we use the term VET. Let's start with the second question.
Well, now this is actually now in our country we have a separate entity called TVEC. It's called Tertiary and Vocational, and it's a commission. So whatever the institutions we are dealing with these vocational studies, they have to register their courses under this government body. For example, if anybody wants to start a dressmaking institute, so he has to register with this particular organization, where he has to submit all the course framework and everything. This particular body has to be certified. So then only they have to. Therefore, the Sri Lanka, the word called TVET sector, we call Tertiary Vocational Education sector, it's there. I don't know if it is a debatable something, so we can discuss further. But at the moment we are practicing this method.
Thank you very much. I think the first question you related to the different years that you stay in primary and then in secondary education, right? so that you can give me maybe some information on how many years do students stay in the primary and then in the secondary education levels?
And primary education means it's a normal school level from year 1 to year 13. Year 6, and then we are starting the secondary school from year 6 to year 13. The secondary schools we finish, and then after year 13 they are going to the university. Now in Sri Lankan scenario, in a year the students, the advanced level, that means the final examinations, they are sitting for 450,000, they are sitting for the exams, and then only 25,000 to 30,000 only they are getting the placement in the universities. Then you can see more than almost 400,000 left. So out of these 400,000, only 100,000 people they are enrolling with this TVET sector, vocational sector. So then the rest of 300,000 is a problem in our country at the moment. So therefore the new programs we are going to introduce in order to attract these personnel. But primary education is, compared to 30, 40 years back, now it's all right because retention, and there's no any dropout in the country, because everybody, the children, when they enter to the school, they are following their courses, and up to the GCE O-level exams they are continued. The dropout is coming, you can notice only after GCE O-levels only. So therefore now they have this other TVET courses in the sector.
Okay, thank you very much. Did this answer your question? Okay, thank you. Then we have to go on, and I already see here now the presentation of Andreas Kerbach from the German Embassy here in Athens. Welcome very much. So you have the floor.